one of them has been Yaya Toure. And his statements went on to connote that Charlie, the football no they be anymore because of the set piece goals and the fact that people are depending on these mechanical sequences to go and get goals instead of us enjoying it. Arne Slot has also made a point. The King Ajo, Charlie, Babi, the set piece and things, it be part of football. Or do you agree that, Charlie, now the thing, because of these things, maybe again?
Well, Kosi, I mean, it's an interesting topic to discuss. It's very sensitive because you cannot show a particular club, I mean, how to build his philosophy. I don't know. I feel like it's down to what they want to do, how the kind of profiles they bring in. And one thing about the EPL, the hype is there. Every little thing becomes beautiful and becomes like a talking point, like the throwing, like the set pieces, like the corner kicks. I mean, people have been scoring goals from corner kick all the time, but it wasn't a topic. So, I mean, Arsenal made it very interesting and attractive. Throwings we used to be there under Delap's dad. I don't know why he Delap,
Rory Delap.
Yeah, I don't know why he became a striker, honestly. Because his dad was doing throwings.
For Stoke City.
I've become a right back or something. So for me, I feel like it's not a big deal, but on a bigger scale, we've lost a touch in the EPL. Last time we were talking about how wingers are not being effective and efficient in the EPL anymore, and even affects other clubs like other leagues, like even the La Liga, where you go there you cannot mention 4 or 5 wingers that are giving numbers. So the throw-ins and the set pieces, I mean, we wish we are getting goals from the natural play, the outfield play. I mean, scoring from open play. But the set piece is part of the game. I mean, if Arsenal winning the game 2-1, it's 3 points. A corner kick goal does not change the 3 points, so it's like a half a goal. So I think it's okay. The EPL, we just propagate stuff a lot. It's big things, big. But I also feel like we have generally lost a touch in the EPL, and it comes to affect positively the coaches, because the coaches are improving tactically. So they read you, they cancel your game. I mean, the coaches, anytime, I mean, in football, anytime a game is boring, it's not boring for the coaches because they are cancelling each other out. They are reading the games very tactically.
But should they do that at the expense of us, who watch the game and want to enjoy it?
It's their job, and they want to get.
But we are the fans. We want to see swashbuckling football.
I know. It used to be there, because now it's the coaching. I mean, nobody cares about them being sacked. When they are sacked, they are sacked. So they have to win to keep their job. That's why they need productive attackers now. And that's why no matter what they will do to win, they have to. If it's long throws that are going to help them, if it's set pieces Arsenal have mastered this so well, and it's helping them. Set pieces. I was saying the only time I see Declan Rice now in recent times is when Arsenal has a corner kick in a game, or Arsenal has a free kick. And it's not a bad thing because he actually executes it very well. I mean, that's why he's getting the assist. So I think he's coming from a point where the beauty of the game in the EPL has become a little bit minimal, which is fine, which is true. But when you spend the money, you have to bring the results, and the results for people like teams like us now is needed because they've really spent some good money. So I feel like it's okay. If you want to have a conversation in general about the EPL becoming boring now in terms of the outfield play, a beautiful game, I think it cuts across all the clubs. That's why I was impressed with United playing some good football during the weekend. I mean, they really played well. I mean, you saw that this is a team that is playing some okay football. And Chelsea was doing that under Maresca, and Chelsea don't do the long throws. And that they're not doing the long throws. Look at them making funny mistakes, not being prone to extra details. So it's the EPL. I mean, because one thing that when these EPL teams go to Europe, the Champions League, they don't play like that. Yeah. They adapt to the competitions. I mean, euphoria. So I think it's okay. We will take it like that. We hype the EPL. Can we stop it? Sometimes Arsenal, you can't tell me Arsenal don't play some good football. I've been saying that they're one of the best teams that do good build up this season. When Zubimendi came in, so I feel like it's all good. But generally, the play of the EPL, it's minimal now. It's down.
Now, Kwame, I was speaking to one of my very good friends earlier today. He studied at Barcelona University. And he's currently doing his PhD in sports somewhere. And he said, with this long throw phenomenon, we're talking about the Arsenal-Chelsea game. He said you wouldn't see this in Spain because, one, there's not a sustainable model when it comes to football. It's not entertaining. And for anybody who goes to an academy and is studying football, nobody takes time to teach you how to throw a ball for 300 meters how to I'm trying to how do you call it, paraphrase him, how to obstruct a goalkeeper. He said because a lot of the set piece routines involve obstructing the goalkeeper and creating chaos in the box. And the fact that the longer teams start to rely on this, the more they lose a certain aspect of their footballing ethos. Is this something you agree with?
I agree wholeheartedly. And it's not just Spain. In fact, the two countries on the Iberian Peninsula, I call them the football purists, the pure of the pure. Let me put it that way. And if there's any team in Spain who is likely to do that, is the team we are currently watching, Getafe.
And they say even they won't do it.
Right, that's my point.
even Oviedo won't do it.
No, they won't. Definitely not. Yeah. Maybe Bordalas and maybe back in the day, a few years ago when they were in the La Liga, Cadiz probably. But that is a stretch. And it's true. But then again, like Ajo said, you earn your money by getting results. The attention to detail is more pressing and more needed in England than in other leagues. You need to look at your opponent and try to figure out a way or map up a strategy to get an advantage over your opponent. So I personally, yes, you might say it's boring, but I understand them. I understand Arteta. I understand Keith Andrews. I understand Tony Pulis from back in the day. It's results first and performances second. It's not as if Arteta or Arsenal, to be honest, are as boring as people say. I think it's a bit exaggerated. Fine, they score a good chunk of their goals from set pieces, but it's part of the game. If you don't want to concede from set pieces, you need to map up a strategy to prevent it, like I dare say Man United did when they last met Arsenal, even though it still didn't work. It is what it is.
Elikem,
yeah,
I want your thoughts on this, but then from a completely different perspective. All right, we've seen football progress, and some people say this is a retrogression of the game. Is it true? I'm just asking, what do you think? Is it true?
It's not true. Look.
So are we going to see this happen?
I don't know where this is coming from. I listened to Yayature's comments. I read it and I wanted to understand because he didn't give it. Maybe because of the language barrier, we didn't get a full understanding of what he wanted to see. If he's solely blaming set pieces for what we have in the Premier League right now, honestly, in general, what he was saying was the football in the Premier League is not as exciting as it used to be, maybe let's say 15 years ago. I agree. Football in general has not been exciting as it used to be 15 years ago. But if you want to list the reasons why that is the case, I don't think set piece is a major reason. The game has become technical, but it has become very tactical. So you do not expect it to be as exciting as it used to be when back in the day it was the players that were allowed to freely express themselves. We didn't put emphasis on players improving their numbers. We put emphasis on players just displaying their talent. Ronaldinho won the Ballon d'Or. He never scored 20 goals a season in both seasons. Both seasons when he won the Ballon d'Or, he never scored 20 goals a season. No one remembers the number of goals Kaka scored when he won the Ballon d'Or. No one remembers that. It was recently that we started mentioning Nedved's goals because it was in comparison to Thierry Henry. Cannavaro, no one remembers his stats. Even though he's a defender, no one remembers his defensive stats that year. Because back in the day, the focus on determining who a good player is was different from what it is now.
I expand it.
Also, at the end of the day, another point being, coaches have improved so much tactically. Look, the game has developed the game has gone 10 levels up on a tactical level. Coaches now are very much involved in the game more than they used to be. Back then, to borrow Thierry Henry's term, coaches were managing more and coaching less. Now coaches are managing less and coaching more. You see the new crop of coaches coming out, and they are so obsessed with tactics. There are no coaches in the mode of let's see who are focused on managing players' egos and everything. That's not their main focus. Now you look at all the coaches all the young coaches coming up, and they are obsessed with being tactically brilliant and better than their peers.
So there are many reasons we can state as to why football has become boring. Depending on which side of the coin you are looking at it from, it might be a good thing or a bad thing. Like I just said, for coaches, it's never going to be a boring game. You understand? So, for me, this whole set piece thing is old. I like to for the lack of a better word, because back in the if it's a shot at Arsenal that everyone wants to throw, back in the day, this is a team that was criticized for conceding more set pieces and scoring less. This is a team that was criticized for being bullied in set pieces.
Having a shot under.
There were clear. Let me finish my point. There were instances where there were clear fouls being committed on Arsenal players in the box. They were not being called, but no one said anything. No one had an issue with this.
I don't want this to be about Arsenal.
No,
let me tell you why. It will be minimalist if this is a dig at Arsenal, because it's not just Arsenal that plays that way. There's a general fixation on set piece goals. Even Manchester United have got a lot of set piece goals this season. But the context is that back in the day when Stoke City used to play like that, a lot of people used to criticize them for playing like that. Negative football, etc. When Bolton Wanderers used to play like that, a lot of people, West Brom, people criticize them for. But my point is, why are we bringing it back if we claim that football is going a notch further?
Because the Premier League is so difficult that you have to be very good at even the finest margins. You have to take advantage of every little thing to win games in this Premier League. The league is so difficult. You guys, it's like we are not appreciating the fact that the league is so difficult. Here's a Mikel Arteta who this season has faced more back fives than any other season he has ever played, has ever managed as an Arsenal manager. It's very difficult facing a settled back five. So you have to find ways to break them down, and that's what he's done. And let's not forget, he's playing in a season where most of his attackers are out of form.
True.
So he needs to find ways to win Premier League games. See, sometimes I even believe it's a miracle he's top of the table, because I don't remember the last team to be this consistent in the Premier League with the attackers being this poor. You understand? So and you are saying you don't want to make it, you don't want to make it a dig at Arsenal, but let's be honest with ourselves. Since that comment was made, it is a clear dig at Arsenal. It's a clear dig at Arsenal, and you listen to the follow-up comments and the whole conversation that Yature's comments has drawn, and about 90% of the conversation are centered around Arsenal and scoring set pieces. So we can say it's not a dig at Arsenal, but per the conversation that comment has drawn, it's clearly about Arsenal. And that's what I'm saying.
But Arsenal were not the only team that scored a set piece goal. Chelsea got one of their own as well. So why are we zooming it down into Arsenal?
We all know why they are doing. We all know why. You're asking the question, but you and I know why they are zooming into Arsenal. It's because whenever Arsenal do something, everyone says so. Everyone wants to speak. But yeah, that's part of it. I'm used to it. I do know. Look, this set piece chatter will always be brought up when Arsenal scored them. But when Arsenal played Brentford and Brentford scored from that throw-in against Arsenal, we didn't hear this much noise about it. We were praising Brentford for how good they have been and how like clinical they have been from throw-ins. When Liverpool scored 3 corner kicks on a Saturday, no one mentioned it. In fact, they are being called the kings of set pieces. So, look, this whole thing is old. I mean, we should move on from it. Football has been on a decline since. Arsenal set piece superiority, or whatever we want to describe it as, is not the reason why football is becoming boring.
Joseph.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here with this set piece? Should we put in more effort to ensure that more set pieces are pinpoint, laser sharp, and end up in the back of the net?
I think I would like to touch on this whole set piece. I think it's an overfixation on the issue that I can follow baby say a domini say no son takrache. The main reason why this thing the main reason why this thing is attributed to us now is simple. It's because Arsenal is challenging for the league, because they are the top, because everyone is fixated on us now. So the least thing people want to hammer on it. Mind you, back then this kind of should I say, tactics or antics were associated with teams who were looking to nullify the opponent. And the Premier League is in such a way that when the opponent is so good, you don't find a way to match him. You find a way to nullify the opponent's threats. So those times, let's say those West Brom or even is it Shondike? Shondike's Burnley team of old, what were they doing? They will set up in such a way that you can't beat them. They are not going to score, but you won't score. And they will hit you on the counter. So if they get a goal or two, they just sit back. But for the other countries that he was saying, the Spain and things, the football is much more open. You're able to express yourself. But the English game has become so tactical that you nullify your opponent more than you trying to express yourself or your players showing off. I think this Arsenal thing is blown out of proportion. When Brentford used to do it and no one was doing it, nobody really cared. People actually praised them for it.
Yeah, you really care when it's against them.
But when the big teams adopt some of these strategies, people feel like, oh, it's for those teams. If you take it for a big team, they expect you to control the game, play beautiful, and win, like score. And I think this whole thing of open play is contributing to the discussion, because now we're able to separate goals scored from open play in quotes and goals scored from set pieces. So those days when you score a free kick, oh, beautiful, wonderful. These days when you score a free kick, they are like open play goals. Now you new film. What's a penalty? It doesn't really matter because it's not from open play. You score from corner. That's how they are making an issue out of it. But I think the Arsenal fans should enjoy. I always tell them I'm shameless like that. That's why when Chelsea is suffering, they harm me. Because when Chelsea is winning, I'm shameless like that. Whatever you call it, I'll own it. Me team net so or no edgy league. So the Arsenal fans should just embrace it. At the end of the day, you are the one challenging for the title. Would you league the one that will best celebrate you? All those complaining say whether it's from corner kick, it's from throwing, it's from whatever, it has resulted in a goal. There are instances where you're carving possession nicely, you're creating chance, tapping, play and ball, and not about to actually. And only a we've created a chance from in play about to actually. So if you're able to score from throwing, from set piece, I think it's an advantage. And if you're able to master it, perfect.
Amazing. So we'll move on very quickly from this. I don't know if you want to make a final point on before the move. Yes.
Quick point. I like the fact that within the Arsenal camp, from players to the to Arteta himself to the coaching staff, they are not allowing this to get to them. It's like, okay, you said it, okay, and so what? We are going to continue. If you like, come and beat us. That sort of. And I like it because it's that sort of mentality that is needed in the title race. Likem said earlier on that Arteta is one of the changes Arteta has brought to this.
So let's fixate on the Real Madrid game, and Getafe have taken the lead. What a goal!
Oh my!
Absolute stunner from the edge of the box.
Wow.
And Getafe have taken the lead against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu.
What a goal!
Is the
Courtois couldn't save this?
No, I mean, come on. 2 goalkeepers in the post couldn't save this.
Oh, but Courtois, I thought he saved everything.
Top bins.
Terrible. Satriano with that goal, his first goal of the season. And have they closed the roof at the Santiago Bernabeu?
I'm sure.
Celebrate.
Yeah, but I mean, Rudiger is looking gobsmacked. And Getafe,
Oh, what a goal.
Satriano, absolutely phenomenal goal from the edge of the box. 38 minutes on the clock. Real Madrid 0. Getafe 1.
The people score amazing goals at the Bernabeu against Madrid. I don't know why.
The players are looking stunned. I don't know what's stunning them, but they've not played well.
They are stunned because it's against the run of play.
But I mean, just look at Rudiger, header that out. It was a milli.
Was it
from the edge of the
Tchouaméni?
box.
Tchouaméni.
It was Tchouaméni, yeah.
Mistake one. But that's a brilliant technique, Kosi.
Fantastic. I mean, Courtois was a full stretch,
Yeah.
but he couldn't reach that. But terrific goal. Took it on the volley.
Wow.
Nestled into the top corner.
Class.
And even if Courtois was elastic, he wouldn't have gotten to that.
And now the question is, can Real Madrid come back? Because Getafe is one of the last teams you would want to go behind against. But the last is who I call El Diablo, the devil himself, when it comes to situations like this.
Amazing. So,
Well, that's a wonderful goal.
yeah, fantastic goal. Yeah, so yes, quickly.
So yeah, I was saying that it is a very, very important attribute psychologically because the Arsenal of old, latter part of Wenger's reign, would have buckled under this pressure. One of the players or one of the coaching staff would have squealed probably on social media or probably been throwing shades, but I don't see none of that. And it's credit to Arsenal.